High school football is on the air. HavenFootball.net is pleased to present tonight's Strath Haven football game. Tonight's game is between the 3-0 Radnor Raptors and your 3-0 Strath Haven Panthers.
He has room off the left side, and look out. 45-50, 40-30. Shane Green pulling away, and he will go 67 yards. Shotgun look for a Wildcat look, and Solomon takes the snap, looking for a receiver. He'll be buried in the backfield. Quinkel.
Tonight's game is sponsored by the Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper, true local coverage of Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding neighborhoods. Published since 1893. Steve Taub's Allstate Insurance and Media. Auto, Home, and Life. You're in good hands with Allstate. Ask, alumni and friends supporting kids, helping students K-12 to enhance their educational experience. Rose Tree Wellness Center, complete chiropractic treatments featuring ART therapies in media. We get to the root of the problem. Ducklings Early Learning Center in Wallingford. Daycare for ages 6 weeks to 5 years. Sandy McCauley at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services in Media. Give her a call when buying or selling your home. Scar Pagnato Plumbing. Over 20 years experience for all your plumbing needs in Wallingford. Proud Haven supporters Mary and Larry Luter. Go Haven! The Wharton Benefits Group, specializing in creating employee benefit packages to attract, retain, and award the best employees. AMF Auto Clinic, taking care of your cars since 1961, located in Brookhaven on Edgemont Avenue. Here are tonight's internet announcers, the voices of the Strath Haven Panthers, Brian Carroll, Pete Fulgenetti, Andrew Kaufman, and Mike Mayer.
3-0. If you're a fan of Strath Haven football, that's exciting. That's a lot of fun. But it's also more or less an expectation of given the success of the Panthers over the last several decades in the Central League. 3-0 for Radnor. This is the first time in quite some time that the Raptors are staring an undefeated record and bringing it with them into Central League play over the last several years. After a 1-10 season a year ago, head coach Kyle Yeiter has the team ready to rock and roll tonight for Strath Haven's first home game of the 2024 season here at George L. King Field, and the Raptors ready to match that Strath Haven 3-0 record, and somebody will go home with their first defeat just a couple hours from now. Good evening, everybody. A beautiful night for football here in the Delaware Valley. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play. Working the cameras upstairs is Bill Clancy, downstairs Dean Michelson, and of course here in the booth we have Mike Mayer, Pete Fulgenetti, and Andrew Kaufman doing all the hard work here with the sound engineering, stats, and more. And hey, we're on a roll here at Strath Haven with 3 road victories to start the year, and the same can be said for the Raptors of Radnor, knocking off Chichester, Harriton, and William Tennant in a nail-biter last week. The Raptors come in confident and ready to play here. We will see them shortly. Strath Haven's already made their way to the home sideline for the first time this season in their all-black uniforms with silver helmets. You can see them awaiting their opponents on the field below us. So, hey, looking forward to Week 4 here. Pete Fulgenetti, we missed you last week, but Pete, glad to have you back, and should be interesting tonight with Strath Haven facing a passing attack that, hey, can put some points on the board.
Yeah, we've been doing this for years, Brian, and I've never remember a 3-0 Radnor team competing against us. So obviously this team has a lot of seniors. They're well coached, and they're ready for an upset. But the Haven running backs, I think, will have a nice night. I think we can run the ball, and we'll see if there's any passing. But we got to stop their pass. You're absolutely right.
Strath Haven was able to slow down Ridley last week. Ridley also came in last week undefeated with, and we're coming off a week where their quarterback Ryan Carroll had a 300-yard passing game the week prior. But the Panthers shut down Ridley, pretty amazingly through really after the first drive of the game. For 3.5 quarters, we're really in control, and Carroll finished with about 106 yards passing, but most of that in the final 6 minutes of regulation when Strath Haven had kind of taken their foot off the gas. So this is a Strath Haven defense that is fast, that is quick, that is well coached, and to date has allowed only 7 points per game. So again, they should feel good about this coming in. Radnor, on the other hand, can boast the same. A shutout of Harriton in week 2, allowed only 1 touchdown to Chichester and only 1 touchdown in the 7-6 victory last week against William Tennant. So 2 stout defenses through the first 3 weeks, and should be an interesting fight tonight, Pete.
Yeah, I think we got to look for Shane Green and James Fisher. Those 2 fellas there should be real important, as they usually are, but tonight especially, to control the ball, burn the clock, and just move the ball up and down the field. That way, the passing game of Radnor won't have much time to do what they do best.
Green is out at midfield for the coin toss. He's wearing number 32 in black, joined by quarterback Caden Schuster, James Fisher, number 5. And out of the lineup in street clothes tonight, standing at midfield, is 34 Vince Hales. And talking with him before the game, the fingers are crossed that they get him back on the field quite soon. For Radnor, 5 captains out there, including number 54, Christian Daniels, an offensive lineman. I should say offensive and defensive lineman. Most of these guys are going to go 2 ways tonight. Tyler Rath is wearing 55, and as they shake hands, we'll get the remainder of them. Number 22 is Tyler Vitale. He's a defensive linebacker and slot receiver. Mason Shee wearing number 11. He's an inside linebacker and also a terrific wrestler over the winter. And number 10 is Justin Odorizio. He'll start at free safety for the Raptors tonight. So, with that in mind, everybody is facing the west end zone, which means we'll take a short time out, be back for the tail end of the Star Spangled Banner and the opening kickoff. Glad you're joining us live or on the archive on havenfootball.net.
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank?
I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa?
Sure did.
And the Frank tank?
You know it.
And now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-3500.
This is Keith Jackson. You're listening to High School Football right here on Haven Football.
The Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper has partnered up with Haven.
There's the Star Spangled Banner. Thanks to the 12th man here tonight. The Strath Haven marching unit set up in the east end zone have bleachers all their own as of a couple years ago, and leaves a little more room for the Panther Pack over to our right, and a number of fans who continue to pile in for the first home game of the season. When we came back after commercial, we had a moment of silence here in the stadium. Hopefully the field mic picked that up in honor of Coach Tagg, Paul Tagliatella, who passed away on August 31st. And we mentioned that during the broadcast last Friday night, and services were last Saturday as well. But this was the first chance to have, obviously, a home game and honor one of the all-timers here at Nether Providence and Strath Haven. 52 years of service to the school district at the middle school and high school, and, of course, phenomenal member of the football coaching staff for decades. All right, ready to rock and roll here. Radnor ready to kick it away towards the east end zone with number 19, James Rothschild, has it teed, and James Fisher awaits at the 5-yard line, flanked by Ben Milligan. And it'll head towards Milligan, who fields it on a hop and has trouble with it there inside the 15-yard line and is swarmed quickly. And Strath Haven will start right about their 20-yard line, moving right to left as we get things started. Your quarterback tonight is the senior Caden Schuster. Shane Green is your fullback. Ben Milligan and James Fisher your halfbacks. The tight ends tonight, Alexi Gustafson and Luke Mulhern. Center is Mike Flanagan. The guards, Nick Faribault and Cooper Murley. Sean O'Neill and Phil Collins are your tackles. We'll get to the Radnor defense momentarily. But the Panthers start 1st and 10, staring at a 9-man front here from Radnor. Double wing, Milligan in motion. They toss coming to this near side. Looking for room and finds it, and then flag comes in late here. Milligan for a couple, but we'll check the laundry on the field here. And this could very well be holding or an illegal block of some kind. We'll see. So, waiting the signal. And what do we have here? Unsportsmanlike on Radnor. All right, well.
I think a member of the Radnor secondary might have said something, because the flag came out high. And normally the refs always try to throw the flag where the penalty occurs. So the fact that it came out high and deep into the Radnor secondary indicates...
well, now it's going the other way.
Oh.
All right. Well, he pointed the other direction, but the ball's going backwards. So this could have very well been on the Strath Haven sideline. Unsportsmanlike conduct is the call. So half the distance to the goal. We'll put it back to the 11. And is it first or second down? It came out during the play, but they're going to replay first down. All right, Panthers will try it again. First and about 19. Or second down? Okay, after the play. Post-play, they're going to say. All right, so a little worse for the Panthers now. Back at their 11-yard line, this is James Fisher for a few. Out near the 15, gain of 4 for Fisher. And it'll be third down and about 15. Fisher played only the first half a week ago. 49 yards rushing and one of the 4 Panther touchdowns. And the Radnor defense will see what happens after this play. We may have to wait till the next series if you're a Radnor fan, but this will be third down coming up. Shane Green is your single setback. Motion man now is Milligan, and they go right up the gut to Green for a couple, and that's about it. So the Panthers play it pretty conservatively there. It'll bring up 4th and about 12. Just a couple for Shane Green, and 3 and out for the Radnor defense. They have to feel good about that one. So Ben Milligan on to punt it away. Standing deep to return, Kyle Tomczak wearing number 8, and the ever-dangerous Mikey Enright at the 45. So not an auspicious start here for the Silver and Black. And Milligan averaging about 31 yards per punt coming in. Awaits the snap from Jackson Miller. Snap is a good one, and Milligan gets it away. Terrific kick. This will go over the head of Enright and take a Strath Haven roll down inside the 30. Enright picks it up, and he'll have a little bit of room momentarily and swarmed there at the 36-yard line. Nice work by Milligan with a boomer to tilt the field a little bit, and the Strath Haven punt coverage does the job. All right, Radnor's offense tonight, led by junior quarterback Luke Riley, was a second-year starter now. Running back, number 23, John Belville. We'll see a lot of number 8, Kyle Tomczak as well. Slot back is Harrison Seppa, and the 3 wide receivers, Matt Johnston, Mikey Enright, Tyler Vitale. Up front, Christian Daniels is your pivot. Ryder Freeman and Blake Tidmarsh are the guards, and Jake McDonald and Patrick Burke are the tackles. We'll get to the Haven defense after this play. 1st and 10 from the 36. Radnor ready to rock and roll now in a 2x2 set, but Enright comes in motion. They float it out here to Enright in the flat, looking for running room, and he'll be wrapped up quickly by Mulhern. Slips that tackle and picks up a yard after Van Wilner comes in to clean up. So, Panther defense up front tonight. Sean O'Neill, Nick Faribault, Jai Curtis, and Alexi Gustafson up front. Shane Green, James Fisher, and Luke Mulhern are your linebackers. Grayson LaFrance and Van Wendell at the corners. Quinn Kell and Ben Milligan are your safeties. 2nd and about 9. After Enright goes for a yard. 3 wide receivers to the left. Riley looking that way. Fires complete. Oh, no, did he juggle it? What?
Might have come to a knee.
Maybe on a knee.
Yep.
Yep. Good catch there, Andrew. At the 44, it'll bring up 3rd down and about 2. Who was that on the grab?
22, Tyler Vitale.
Okay, Vitale. Yep. So Riley 2 for 2 throwing it thus far. And it'll bring up 3rd down and just a couple. This is how they want to do it. Get it out of Riley's hands quickly. It's got to. Radnor hurt themselves with a lot of dropped passes last week, or it could have been maybe a little easier than the 7-6 nail-biter versus William Tennant. Here, 4 wide receivers again on 3rd and 2. Riley firing out to that left flat. Completes to Enright for a 1st down yardage. Panthers drive him out of bounds with LaFrance and James Fisher, but they'll pick up the 46, and it'll bring up 1st and 10. All right. Not a bad start here for the Radnor offense, Pete.
Yeah, but we knew they were going to come out throwing the ball on every place when it passed, and they're moving the ball. So Haven's got to tighten it up and get moving here.
11 yards there for Enright on that last one. Riley in rhythm, 3 for 3 throwing it so far. Enright at the bottom of your screen. Johnston up top. They give for the first time. Nope, play fake. He is keeping it himself, and Riley's going to surprise everybody and take it to the 35-yard line. Not known for his rushing ability, but Quinn Kell tracks him down after a gain of maybe 10 or 11 more. Nice work by Riley on the fake.
Giving 11, 1st and 10 Raptors down to the Haven 34-yard line.
All right. Clock continues to tick. 8:17 to play here in the opening quarter. Strath Haven went 3 and out. Did next to nothing with lousy field position to start the game. A good punt tilted the field momentarily, but that's the 2nd 1st down for the Raptors now. Belleville on the left hip of Riley here on 1st and 10. Looking out to the left again, they're just going to dump it to the flat, in and out of the hands of Eppright. Incomplete, and this is where Radnor has some trouble a week ago with several receivers liking to wishing they had a couple of them back. Johnston checks out. They'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
They're giving these wideouts a lot of space. I think the corners have to play a little tighter because it's going to be a lot of throws, and you got to be ready for that.
Grayson LaFrance matched up with Enright at the top of your screen. Checking into the game at the bottom of your screen for the first time, Gunnar Hermanson. He's alongside of Seppa to the right of the formation. 4 wide again, play fake again. Riley, not a little bit of pressure, and then James Fisher rides the receiver out of bounds. That's Vitale on the catch. And they'll mark him, see where they come off that far sideline.
Looks like it's about the 29-yard line, gain of 5 for Vitale on the
3rd and 5 upcoming. And here we go. Radnor, 5 of their first 6 plays in the air, which is exactly what we expected, frankly. Riley, 4 completions in those 5 attempts. Now, probably with 2 cracks at it here. 4 down territory from just inside the 30. On 3rd and 5, it's Riley, play faking again. Firing to the outside, and it's going to be intercepted by James Fisher. Oh, Fisher jumped that slant route, drags the man across the 30-yard line. Nice little timing play, and Fisher bumped out wider there. What a great read. Takes away the slant and takes away the football, his 2nd interception of the season.
Brian, on that play, Radnor had the wideouts on the sidelines were wide open. The quarterback went right up the middle where there was plenty of Haven coverage. He probably made a bad decision on that throw.
Haven looking to turn the tables now. 1st and 10 at their 33-yard line, rather. 2 tight end set. And the give is to Fisher, looking for room off that right side. Turns the corner momentarily and then is undercut at the 36-yard line. All right, we can finally get to the Radnor defense. They went pretty quickly last time with a 3 and out. Up front, you've got Patrick Burke, Alex Gaskell, Ryan McWilliams, and Quinn Conway. Bryce Fury, John Belleville, and Mason Shee are your linebackers. Tyler Vitale and Mikey Enright on the corners. Harrison Seppa and Justin Odorizio are your safeties. But again, the defense that you've seen over the last couple weeks where William Tennant played a spread, Harrington played a spread, you're almost going to use an extra linebacker tonight with Strath Haven's 2 tight end set. 2nd down and about 7. This is Milligan off the left side, cuts it back and picks up the 40-yard line, brings up 3rd down and about 3. So, Panthers 3 or 4 yards at a time. This might be how they get it done, right? Milk the clock and have to cash in, but 3rd and 3 now, nothing easy.
That Radnor line has really played good. It's only early in the first quarter here, but they've really stopped their run. Haven's got to do a little something different, maybe a counter play or something to open up those interior linemen.
3rd down and about 3. 6:20 and counting to go here in quarter number 1. Schuster to Shane Green. Stutter steps, waiting for a hole to open. Not much doing there. And still, it'll pick up a couple. 4th and 1, and Schuster and the offense will stay on the field. So Shane Green with just a monster of a season already. Nearly 600 yards rushing in just 3 games. But Radnor has kept the horses in the barn thus far. Strath Haven looking for their first down of the night. They'll try it on 4th and 1 from their own 42. 5:45 and counting to go here in the first quarter. Schuster turns, gives to Fisher, who has 1st down yardage across the 45 and dragged down by Mason Shee. So Shee drops him at the 47-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the play. And the Panthers in business now with a fresh set of downs.
I think with the way that the Radnor defense is playing, I think the Haven running game should go a little more to the outside, off tackle. And I think there's be space over there with the Haven speed.
Wing to the near side is James Fisher. On 1st down, they go inside to Green, who has a little more room this time, crosses the midfield stripe and leans his way to the 46. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 3. Green with the longest run of the night so far, 7-yarder. And the Panthers, 2nd and 3, have some options here, right? Maybe this is a spot where you play fake and put it in the air.
Yeah, this would be a good spot because then if it's 3rd and 3, you still have 2 more plays to get those 3 yards.
See what they draw up with 2 tight ends, Mulhern to the far side. Milligan comes in motion. It is Milligan on the handoff. Running room momentarily. Met there by Vitale and number 23, Belleville. But Milligan still moves the sticks as he picks up 5 more. 1st down, Strath Haven. Clock continues to melt on a fast-moving first quarter. 4:37 and counting to play. Fisher, Green, and Milligan. All 3 carries each. Good balance here for the Panther offense. Hoping the defense can't key in on just one player. And they break the huddle right in the middle of the field from the 41. Milligan and Green in the backfield. Milligan in motion again, play fake, back to pass, looking. They have a wheel route to this near side. Fisher is out there. He's got it inside the 10, and he will score. 41 yards on the connection. Schuster and Fisher. And the Panthers on the board first with 4:06 to play in the first.
That pass by Schuster was excellent. Hit him right in stride, right on the hands. You couldn't have thrown it any better. And a 7 or 6-0 lead here, and maybe that'll open up the defensive tackles for Radnor. And now the running game might pick up. So we'll see.
Caught the Raptors in man-to-man coverage there, and that wheel route is awfully difficult to carry or to cover. On for the extra point, Matt Steyer Kick is long enough. Kick is good. Steyer perfect on the season. And the Panthers cash in on their second drive of the night. 7-0 Strath Haven. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening live to high school football on havenfootball.net.
The Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper has partnered up with havenfootball.net. The Swarthmorean was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford Swarthmore School District as well as events in Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding communities. Get your copy every Friday at 320 Market or Swarthmore Co-op, or go to swarthmorean.com for a mailed or digital subscription. For all the local news, read the Swarthmorean every week.
Hey fans, this is Todd Lights, public address announcer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and you are listening to high school football right here at havenfootball.net.
4:06 to go here in quarter number one, and Strath Haven on the board first. The first varsity touchdown pass for Caden Schuster lands in the arms of James Fisher, his first receiving touchdown of the season, his first catch of the season, actually. The Panthers Schuster had only completed one ball through the first three games, and that one was perfect. 7-0 Strath Haven, and Matt Steyer has it teed just inside the left hash mark, ready to kick it away. Enright and number 8, Kyle Tomczak, awaits. Steyer had a touchback last week in the win over Ridley. Turned out to be a big play in that big second quarter. High end over end kick. This will come down to Tomczak at about the 10. Looking for running room. Good cut. Spins his way into the arms of number 4, Jake Plunkett on the stop. And Radnor takes over, now trailing 7-0. Looking at, honestly, their field position on their first possession wasn't fantastic either after a great punt from Milligan. This a little bit worse as they'll put it down on the 24-yard line. So have to have some confidence building right there for Schuster, who was 1 out of 7 thrown it a week ago. Had some open receivers, just a hair off the mark on a few of them. That one could not have been any better. On first down, give inside, and Panthers ready for that one. First handoff of the night for Luke Riley goes to Tomczak for a gain of maybe 2 or 3. All right. I'm sorry, Belleville, actually. And they'll put it down at the 27-yard line. All right, second down and 7 upcoming. Okay. Clock ticks, 3:30 to go here in the first quarter. Enright, the favorite target at the bottom of your screen, and then you get motion at the top of the screen, and Radnor will go backwards here for 5, turn this into second down and about 12. First flag of the night against the Raptors. And Panthers will happily take the extra 5 yards there, going the wrong direction. Hope to get you some scores from around the Central League a little later tonight. We'll try to keep up with Twitter as best we can. Here, second down and 12. Luke Riley ready to snap it again. Looking out, it is deflected and incomplete. Getting his hands in the air, big 81, Jai Curtis swats it to the ground. And after Riley completed 4 of his first 5 passes, the last 2 a little less promising with an interception now. An interception by James Fisher, and Jai Curtis swatting that one away. 3rd and 12 upcoming. Clock stop at 3:11 to go in the first. Do they bring pressure here, Pete, or what do you think?
I think they should bring pressure here because 12 yards, you're not going to probably get that on the ground.
Empty backfield for Riley. Down the middle he goes on the post pattern, incomplete. Skinny post there for Seppa, but it was well covered. Van Wilner and Ben Milligan lurking. And 4th and 12 is where we land after that one falls incomplete. Punt team comes on for Radnor with 3:07 to go here in the first. Staying on to punt is Tyler Vitale. Ben Milligan awaits at the 45-yard line. James Fisher back near midfield as well. Vitale awaits the snap. It's a good one. Jai Curtis with good pressure and a terrific high wobbler. Fielded nicely by Milligan with a fair catch at the 44. So very good field position here for Strath Haven. And Jai Curtis, one of these times he's going to get one.
Yeah.
Boy, he comes in with those long arms, 6'4" frame. He's
I like
weapon.
I like to see him catch a few balls this year, don't you think?
He caught one last week.
Because I think he would be an excellent weapon there.
Jai not on the offensive side of the football tonight thus far. Your tight end to the far side is Luke Mulhern. To the near side, Alexi Gustafson. And the Panthers now 1st and 10 at the 44. Shane Green running room momentarily, cuts upfield, has maybe 8 or 9 as he's dumped at the Radnor 47. Seppa and Enright in on the stop. Green starting to find a little more room now these last couple of totes. 2 yards apiece on his first 2 carries. Most recently, if they've gone for 7 and then 9 here, sets up 2nd down and a yard. Again, lots of options here, 2nd and short, right,
Yeah.
Pete?
Absolutely.
Milligan wing to the far side.
Give it to your running back.
They do. It's Fisher. 1st down into the secondary. Stiff arm, face mask perhaps, and there it does come in late.
Yeah,
Back judge caught it, and he may be tacking on at least 5, probably 15 there, or he may have been gone.
Yeah, he did grab the mask.
All right. 1st down yardage for sure to the 31-yard line. Gain of 15 for Fisher, and then personal foul, it's going to be 15 more. And the Panthers will be in the red zone once again. James Fisher now 34 yards on just 4 carries.
Yeah.
And a 41-yard score through
Brian,
the air.
If he didn't grab that mask, he would have scored, I'm pretty sure. He was breaking away from everybody.
So, not to say a face mask is ever a good penalty, but as a result, if you're a Radnor fan, this will slow the momentum momentarily, or else the Panther band might be playing again. 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the 17. Wing to the near side, James Fisher. And it's Milligan looking for him off the left side, and ball comes loose, scramble for it, and it looks like Radnor's on it. Big hit right there. Milligan had it jarred loose, and there's a wrestling match for it, but I think this is Radnor football. Is that Mason Shee on top of it? Indeed, number 11's on it, and Panthers turn it over after a promising drive right there. So
yeah, Milligan was when he turned the corner there, he was real low, and they came in with the body right into the ball, and it just jarred it loose.
sometimes you just give the other guy credit, and that was a terrific hit. I didn't see who made the initial hit.
Initial hit came in from Justin Odorizio.
Yep.
And Mason Shea was there to pounce on the loose football.
1st and 10 for Radnor. New life perhaps now from their own 19-yard line. Panther defense trying to take it right back. Each team with a turnover here in this first quarter now. 2:01 to go. Motion man is Enright, and they bouncing outside with Tom Zach, and he's going nowhere. In fact, backwards. He'll lose a couple. Back to the 16 or so. Looked like Curtis and others on the stop. Maybe Nick Faribault as well.
Nick Faribault, Alexi Gustafson, also
that front four.
Plenty of Panthers in on that stop.
That front four has been the strength of this team through the first 3 weeks, as expected. Really, all four of them with significant playing time last year for the District 1 5A champs. And now, 2nd and 13, Radnor's hole just got a bit deeper. Back is Riley, firing to the near flat, and nice grab there by Vitale, and he is spun down at about the 24. So nice play right there for Radnor to pick up a chunk of it and turn it into 3rd and a much more manageable 5. Vitale's 3rd grab of the night. Goes for 7. And 3rd down and 5. Certainly more promising now for the burgundy and white. 41 seconds, 40 seconds, 39 seconds and counting to play here in the first quarter. Strath Haven with the lead and hoping to get the ball back after this play. Trips to the left, they fire that way. It is Enright, goes down to one knee, makes the grab, and he has a 7-yard gain and another first down. Nice work there by LaFrance to close quickly, but hey, they're going to nickel and dime you to death, right? That's the idea. If you're Radnor, we'll take 7-8 yards at a time.
If you let them, they're going to have to play, Clancy hates to play deep, to play short for fear that the ball's going to get thrown behind him. We get an end of the quarter?
Yep.
Okay.
7 seconds, 6 seconds, nobody interested in snapping it. We'll talk more about that when we come back for quarter number 2. The end of 1, Strath Haven 7, Radnor nothing. Be back in a moment on havenfootball.net.
Remember those old shows with creepy, scary movies hosted by a weird, kooky character? They're back. Lord Bloodraw's nerve-wracking theater, presenting the best, worst, and wildest horror and science fiction films ever made. Films so bad they're good, and films so good they're bad. No, that doesn't work. Who writes this stuff? Lord Bloodraw's nerve-wracking theater, Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern on New York 48 WWON-TV.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
Welcome back to Strath Haven High School, where Panthers lead this one 7-0 over the Radnor Raptors after the first quarter of play.
Allie Wilson is here tonight, our Strath Haven alumni and 2024 Summer Olympian. And she's at the midfield stripe, and congrats to Allie. Made all of Delaware County proud, and of course everybody here at Strath Haven. It was a lot of fun watching her through the trials, and had a couple of nice races at the Summer Olympics in Paris. All right, back for quarter number 2. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play. Thanks again, Andrew, Pete, Mike, and then Bill and Dean on the cameras. 1st and 10 for Radnor from their 30. Give inside on first down is Belleville, and he'll pick up a couple. Met there by Shane Green and Luke Mulhern. Brings up second down and maybe 7 or so. See where they put this.
Probably down at the 34-yard line, 2nd and 7.
Belleville, as a senior, had a 2-yard touchdown run 2 weeks ago against Harriton. He has the Radnor offense set up now at their 34-yard line on the near hash. 3 wide receivers to the far side for Luke Riley. The junior looking that way again. Fires to the far sideline. Giving ground is Enright, and maybe a little mistake there going backwards. So come up a hair shy of the first down, bring up 3rd down and 2. Tried to cut inside of LaFrance and into the arms of Mulhern and others. Ball out to the 39-yard line, and again, Radnor, not to say they won't take a deep shot, but this is, what they did quite well in the first 3 weeks. Get it to Enright in the flat, see if he can make a move. If not, hey, we'll take 6 or 7 yards. Enright's at the top of the screen. Johnston at the bottom of your screen. On 3rd down and 2, it's Luke Riley. Play fake, fire to that flat again. See if somebody can make a man miss, and not this time. Ball came out. Scramble for it. Let's see. Fumble on the play, and Radnor does well to recover it. Nick Faribault looked like he stripped it, but the ball all the way back near the original line of scrimmage for a loss of 8 on the play. So, ball security. A bit of a problem for both teams in the first 13 minutes or so.
There's been some hard hits on both sides, and the ball has been jarred loose.
All right, so Eppright, they lose 8 on the play, and Vitale awaits the punt snap near his own 15. Ben Milligan awaits for the Panthers at the 40-yard line, and okay, there we go. Radnor looking for their 11th player. They are ready to go. Fisher awaits near midfield, Milligan at the 40, and Vitale with another high, this time end-over-end kick. Comes down to Milligan, who has to lunge forward and secure it at the 42. So 9:51 to go here before halftime. Strath Haven, 3 drives thus far, 1 3-and-out to start the game. The scoring drive capped by a James Fisher 41-yard touchdown reception off the arm of Caden Schuster after an interception by Fisher. And then very promising field position last time, but a drive stalled inside the 20 with a Panther fumble. Strath Haven will try it again. On first down, they play fake, and they'll sweep to this near side. This is Fisher. Has a lead blocker. Faraball with a terrific block and has a first down. Give him 11, and that'll move the sticks. Nick Faraball with speed to burn, and James Fisher appreciates that.
I think you can see Haven now with the tight Radnor defense there. They're going more wide now, and that'll spread out that line a little, and then they can go back to the up off tackle and guard runs.
Fisher and Green in the backfield. Milligan wing to the near side. On first and 10, it's Fisher one more time with some room and some speed. Cuts inside, and he is dumped at the 33-yard line. Give him 14 more, and another Panther first down. Yeah, the Panthers have found something on that right side, Pete. You're right. Find the edge. And James Fisher suddenly up to, 49, 50 yards or so rushing. All right. Clock ticks, 9 minutes to go here in the first half. They split Luke Mulhern far to the far side this time, and now Radnor wants to talk that over. First time tonight the Panthers used a split end, and Radnor will take a moment to discuss. We'll take a moment as well. Thank you again to our sponsors. Be back in 30 seconds on havenfootball.net.
Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at Haven Football.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. Central League football here on just another gorgeous night here. Lots of T-shirts and shorts in mid-September. Strath Haven leading 7-0 and driving again. They'll snap it from the Radnor 34 on first and 10. Mulhern tight to the formation to the left this time. Gustafson to the near side. Motion man is James Fisher. It's Shane Green with running room momentarily. Spins out a one tackle and falls forward to the 29. Gain of 5 more for Shane Green. Comes in averaging about 8 yards per carry. Second down and 5 coming here. Panthers will be, content, I think, Pete, to just take 4 or 5 yards at a time. If they pop one, great, but milk the clock, wear them down, right?
Yeah, just move the ball, score, and let the clock run.
Second and 5. Schuster gives to Ben Milligan. Hole closes quickly that time. Nice job by defensive tackle number 52. That's Jake McDonald on the stop. I want to mention also number 77, not on the field at the moment, but Alex Gaskell. For those of you who suffer an injury, which happens far too often in high school athletics, there is hope for some things that are, I'll tell you one that this one seems almost miraculous. Jai Curtis checks in at tight end. He is alongside of Gustafson to the right, and they go that way with Fisher. Just overload everybody over there, and Fisher dives inside the 20. Ball came out, but forced by the ground. It'll be first down yardage for Fisher after a gain of maybe 8 more. Talking about Alex Gaskell, senior lineman, a guy that Radnor's ready to count on, tears his Achilles in the spring, had surgery in May, and he is back to playing football. mind-blowing, right?
4 months?
3-4 months. That used to be a 12-month injury at least.
That's amazing.
And now Gaskell back in 4 months. Yes. 1st and 10 for the Panthers from the 19. This is Shane Green. Looking room, slides his way to the left. And again, it's McDonald staying with him and wrestling them down at about the 16 or 17. Just a couple for Green on that one. Brings up 2nd down and 8. James Fisher leading the way at the moment for the Panther offense. 57 yards on the ground, 41 receiving on the only pass thrown by Caden Schuster tonight. 2nd and about 8. Schuster turns, gives to Fisher one more time. Great blocking up front, and he is tumbled at the 10. Near 1st down yardage. It's going to be awfully close. Maybe a hair short. Could be 3rd and inches, I believe. So nice work right there by the Radnor defenses. Boy, it looked like for a minute he could have gone untouched.
Mikey Enright's done that a couple of times with Fisher. When he's got the open space, he goes low, cuts out the legs, and that'll get every runner down. You take about it just below the knees, they're almost guaranteed to go down.
3rd and inches. Schuster under center from just outside the 10-yard line. Fisher one more time. 1st down yardage inside the 5. He'll bang his way to the 3. Give him 7 more and another Panther 1st down. And now that Radnor defense starting to feel like they've been on the field a lot tonight, Pete.
Yeah, they're starting to wear down a little. That first series they were so dominant, but you can see Haven's wearing them down. The holes are getting bigger, and it's just the momentum right now.
A lot of hands on hips here for the front 7, front 8 really for Radnor. And now the Panthers with 4 cracks at it from the 3. Leading 7-0, 5:25 and counting to go here before halftime. Schuster under center. Turns, gives to Fisher one more time. Tries to get a little shove there from Jai Curtis, but that was closed quickly. Nothing doing. And they'll try again from the 3 after no gain on the play. A couple score updates to share. Penridge over Pennsbury, 3-0. Pope John Paul over Shanahan, 21-7. Marple Newtown on top of Harriton, 3-0. Downingtown East up on Boyertown, 14-0. Downingtown West and Springford should be a good one. Right now the Whippets up 7-6. So we'll try to get you other Central League scores momentarily. And here are the Panthers trying to tack on one more themselves. 2nd and goal from the 3. Schuster turns, gives to Shane Green off the left side, and he is in for the touchdown. Forward progress will give it to him. And Shane Green pounds it in again. Called that number several times over the first 3 weeks, and he's on the board for the first time tonight with 4:29 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Nice work from the left side, Pete.
Yeah, that was a great run right off the left side there. And like I said, you can see that the Radnor defense is getting a little bit tired. And, run the clock and score. That's all you got to do to win.
Schuster on a knee at the 10-yard line, has trouble with the hold. Kick is away, and it is wide right. So never quite got the spot down in time, and first miss of the season for Matt Steyer comes at the 4:20 mark of quarter number 2. But Panthers with some momentum. See if Radnor can answer when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Alumni and Friends Supporting Kids is a fiscal partner of the Foundation for Wallingford Swarthmore Schools. ASK strives to bridge the gaps in access to educational resources so that WSSD students have a holistic school experience. ASK helps students K-12 with items, services, and resources to support and enhance their educational experience with a focus on academic, artistic, athletic, and social enrichment. ASK scholarship forms are available on the WSSD website as well as through the school counseling department.
Hello everyone, I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. Shane Green takes it in from the 3, and Strath Haven leading now 13-0 over Radnor with 4:20 to go here before halftime. Andrew, you had some score updates?
Yeah, 21-0 Wissahickon early second quarter. Downtown East up 21-0 over Boyertown. And Ruston also up 21-0 over Norristown. 21-0 the same score. O'Hara leads. And Bishop McDevitt leads Cedar Cliff 14-0. Malvern Prep leads Roman Catholic leads Malvern 7-0 after one.
Roman Catholic could be the team to beat in 5A District 12. And speaking of 5A powerhouses, Ruston, boy, are they going to be a handful for anybody come playoff time. But, you know, they play a tough league as well this year. Tough schedule with the two Downingtowns coming up. But Ruston looking strong in the early going. Panthers also looking strong here tonight, up 13-0. And Matt Steyer ready to boot it away. End over end kick. It'll come down to Tom Zach at the 14-yard line with speed across the 20 and some running room. Tries to bounce out to the right, and nice work there holding the edge by 22 or 42? I'm not
22,
sure.
Grayson LaFrance.
Okay, LaFrance on the stop, and then we have an injured Panther, maybe a couple injured Panthers. Not a good sign here for Jake Plunkett, who is down inside the 30-yard line. And all right, so that's not a good sign as they rush to Plunkett. So, all right, we'll take a short time out and be back in just a moment. Glad you're joining us live or on the archive on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K childcare with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old within one block of Nether Providence Elementary School on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing, educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Looking for a way to reach families in the Wallingford-Swarthmore area as well as surrounding communities? Our football games are not only broadcast live, but they are also fully archived for 1 year, so our listeners can tune in at their leisure 24/7. Go to www.havenfootball.net and contact us for information on advertising on our Panther Broadcast Network. Link your company to the fun and excitement of Strath Haven football. Panther football and your company, a great combination.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
14-0.
After the game, don't forget to check out the best high school football website, havenfootball.net. You'll be able to check scores around the Central League, as well as key teams throughout Pennsylvania in the PIAA system. havenfootball.net for great game statistics and articles. If you're into Haven football, or simply high school football, there is no better place to be than havenfootball.net.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field, where a lot of energy and excitement has just changed quickly here as Jake Plunkett injured on the kick coverage just a moment ago and still being tended to in the middle of the down near the 30-yard line. So, fingers crossed that all goes well. And, we never speculate on injuries, but this one is not one that he's going to walk off, it seems, at the moment. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for Jake and hopefully get some good news here shortly. A few other score updates, and Andrew, thanks for scouring the internet for some of these. Perk Valley at 1-2 on the season has played a very tough non-league schedule to start. They're in a crossover game with the Chesmont tonight, taking on 2-1 Coatesville, and Perk Valley just scored a minute ago to go up 7-0. Springford and Downingtown West, another crossover game, same idea. The Chesmont this year has gone to 3 divisions rather than just 2, and it allows a little more flexible scheduling and a commitment with the Pac-10 for the next couple of years to play 2 non-league crossover games. So you're seeing a lot of, matchups that in one respect, take away from the Chessmont, and maybe you miss a game that's been a rivalry for years. But it does branch out for them a little bit and give them some new opponents. So Downingtown West leading Springford 7-6. Boyertown trailing Downingtown East 14-0. And Henderson leads Upper Merion 14-0 as well. So Upper Merion was off to a decent start, and Henderson also record-wise, coming in not looking great, but that's a tough team. I watched them in a scrimmage with Garnet Valley in the preseason, and that's a team that could make some little noise here late, and certainly outside of their conference. Up in the Suburban 1 League, Penridge leading Pennsbury 3-0 last we heard. Marple Newtown has just stretched their lead to 17-0 over Harriton. Harriton still looking for their first points, I believe, on the season. So hopefully their return to the Central League gives them a little more energy and optimism in the weeks ahead. But right now, trailing Marple Newtown 17-0. Listen, just thinking ahead a little bit, we still have a ton of football to play here tonight with Radnor and Strath Haven. But next week, big one right back here at George L. King Field. It'll be Garnet Valley, who at the moment is 3-0, and they await a game tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. over at Lower Merion. But there's a very good possibility that you could have two more undefeated teams head-to-head next week in a Central League matchup if Garnet Valley takes care of business tomorrow morning and Strath Haven hangs on tonight to this 13-0 lead. That could be a big one for Central League ramifications, and for the first time in quite some time, Garnet Valley now in the second biggest classification here. So again, 5A is going to be very crowded, and very crowded with Central League teams in the 5A playoffs. So, we'll see how all that shakes out. But Springfield sitting there undefeated right now. Strath Haven undefeated. Marple Newtown looking strong. Again, had trouble with Springfield a couple weeks ago, but now seems to have bounced back and recovered a bit. And, of course, Strath Haven, the defending 5A champions, they will not go away quietly either. So, again, some attention being given to Jake Plunkett. We're going to take a short time out, be back in just a moment. You're watching high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
For your dream home, with over a decade of experience, Jess Mudrick knows the market inside and out. Known for her dedication and personalized service, Jess ensures every client finds their perfect match, from first-time buyers to luxury estates. A partner at the Sheridan Mudrick team and backed by Coldwell Banker Realty, Jess combines expertise with innovation, using the latest technology to make your buying or selling process seamless. For a real estate experience that's second to none, trust Jess Mudrick and the Sheridan Mudrick team. Visit SheridanMudrick.com today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Nagging soft tissue injury, chronic joint pain? Give Rose Tree Wellness Center a call and see Dr. Tom O'Brien for a complete diagnosis and treatment. Dr. O'Brien specializes in active release techniques, ART. ART can deal with many issues, including chronic shoulder, knee, and ankle pain. Rose Tree Wellness Center also offers a complete series of massage therapy as well as general chiropractic care. Don't spend another day in pain. Call 610-789-5555 and make an appointment today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Or buying a home is serious business. And for serious business, the key to your success is to work with an experienced agent. Sandy McCulley has over 20 years of real estate experience and is a seller representative specialist as well as a certified residential specialist. Sandy specializes in Delaware County real estate. Sandy conveniently works out of the Media Berkshire Hathaway Home Marketing Center in Media. Let Sandy's experience be your advantage in today's multifaceted real estate market. Give Sandy a call at 610-368-6641.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Do you have slow-running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpagnatoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.com.
Benefits Group specializes in creating employee benefit packages which can maximize your company's ability to attract, retain, and award the best employees. We develop a strategy for your business to attract high-quality team members. It is critical to have benefits that are competitive in the marketplace. We develop a benefits package and retirement plan that helps you implement a complete benefit program and retirement solution. We help you implement a successful strategy that rewards your employees for their hard-earned time. Empower your employees with a comprehensive benefit solution from the Wharton Benefits Group. Call them at 484-328-3590.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, and you're listening to high school football right here at Haven Football.
All right, welcome back to George L. King Field, where, again, we are awaiting for play to resume here after an injury to sophomore Jake Plunkett, who was injured on kick coverage here just a few moments ago, and we appreciate everybody's patience as we try to keep everybody's emotions in check here at a suddenly quiet George L. King Field here on an otherwise wonderful night for football in the first home game of the season. But Jake Plunkett, again, sophomore quarterback, JV quarterback's off to a great start this season, and unfortunately at the moment now is going to be leaving the field not under his own power. So we hope the best for Jake here and won't speculate any further. But again, this happens far too often in high school sports, and saw this same scene a couple weeks ago at over at Haverford with a Garnet Valley sophomore leaving the field in a similar fashion. So players hopefully get a moment here to collect themselves, stretch themselves out, and Radnor will be 1st and 10 at their own 31 here, trailing 13-0 when we resume. And we'll see. When they restart the clock, we'll get a sense of how much time is left in the quarter. No, not when we restart the clock, but we're waiting to see what. All right, here we go. 13-0, 1st and 10 from the 31. And Radnor ready to rock and roll. We're trying to work through a couple of technical difficulties that just popped up. All right. 2-by-2 set here for Luke Riley, and a high snap goes over his head. Scramble for it now. Riley does well to cover it with Alexi Gustafson bearing down all the way back at the 10-yard line. This will turn it into second and 31. As the Panthers go with a nickel look here. As Sean O'Neill checks out and Bill Doherty checks in. All right. Game clock. Not sure how much time is left in the second quarter. Okay, we're inside of 4 minutes as they're working through some technical difficulties. All right, here we go. Inside give to Belleville. Pushes his way across the 15. And the Panther defense seemed a little unsure there with, you could hear defensive coordinator Mike Connor screaming for a timeout. Didn't get it in time. Landon Barlow into the game now at linebacker. So he will.
Might have been played that last play with 10 men.
All right, yeah, I don't know. All right. Paul Oblek will check in for pass rush purposes here on 3rd down and about 26. All right. Timeout on the play here as Strath Haven will talk things over and we'll try to get the game clock figured out as well. All right, we're going to take another short timeout with them. 3rd and forever upcoming here for Radnor. See if they can convert when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Remember those old shows with creepy, scary movies hosted by a weird, kooky character? They're back. Lord Blood-Draw's nerve-wracking theater, presenting the best, worst, and wildest horror and science fiction films ever made. Films so bad they're good, and films so good they're bad. No, that doesn't work. Who writes this stuff? Lord Blood Draws, Nerve Rackin' Theater. Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern on New York 48 WWON TV.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on HavenFootball.com.
Welcome back to George L. King Field, where a fast-moving first quarter and first half of the second quarter was suddenly got a little choppy here with a significant injury to Jake Plunkett, and now timeout and to some different personnel here for Strath Haven. All right, they are keeping the clock on the field here. It'll be 3rd down and 26 upcoming here for Radnor after a high snap backed up the Raptors. 3 wide receivers to the right. Luke Riley firing out that way. Incomplete. Looking for Enright out near the 25. Would have been well short of first down. Bill Doherty in coverage. And incomplete it falls. 4th and long here for Radnor. And Strath Haven looks to get the football back here. Probably on the Radnor side of the field, Pete.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the time, I guess it's 3 minutes plus. They should get the ball in Radnor territory and, going for a score.
13-0 Strath Haven. Vitale awaits the snap at his goal line. Milligan stands deep to return. Kick end over end. It'll be Milligan signaling fair catch and making it on the midfield stripe. So, relatively short field here for the Panthers as they are trying to get some fresh legs out on the field. All right, into the game now. Number 17, Quinn Kell. Do not see James Fisher he's on the sideline momentarily, so that was part of the confusion perhaps on the defensive side of the ball as they made a couple of substitutions. But Fisher on the sideline, and Kell doubles as a strong safety and now sets up wing to the left. Split end to the near side is Luke Mulhern, and now we've got a whistle. Timeout Radnor, and we'll keep it right here and see if we can't drum up a couple more scores. So, Coach Clancy burns the second timeout, and now James Fisher back in.
Radnor burned the second timeout.
I'm sorry, Radnor did, but James Fisher checking back into the game. Thanks to all our listeners on WWON, and we will get this broadcast out to you as often as we can. They've been with us for quite a few years now, Mike, and it's been a faithful setup for our friends up in New York who check in with the Panthers almost every week now.
Hey, Brian, I think this might be a good spot to fake the run and go long to Fisher. I think that could be completion there if they try it.
I'm wondering if the Radnor coaching staff might be discussing that same idea. I like it from the middle of the field here.
They've already hit one tonight from a couple yards closer after missing on several last week.
All right, here we go. Strath Haven from the midfield stripe, 1st and 10, have Fisher wing to the left, and they play fake and give it to him, looking for room off this right side. Faraball with a lead block, but nice work. Excellent pursuit by Mason Shee. Just sliding down the line of scrimmage to make the stop for no gain. What a job by the inside backer there, Shee, who had some highlights so far this season. Had a tackle for loss and a sack last week. Had a sack in the Chichester game, had a sack against Harriton. Panthers go hurry up here, 2nd down from the 50. Give inside to Shane Green, running room, and he's driving the pile forward, shaking tacklers. He refuses to go down until he picks up the 30-yard line. 20 yards later, Shane Green has his longest run of the evening. Panthers go hurry up again. No huddle. Luke Mulhern shifts with Alexi Gustafson. On 1st and 10. From the 30, it's Fisher with running room again. He's dragged down from behind. Nice work there by Bryce Fury on the stop. And that will stop the clock here. Second timeout called for by head coach Kevin Clancy. Again, we are not sure exactly how much time is left in the half here. Panthers down to their final timeout. And just one timeout remaining now for Strath Haven.
One apiece.
Right. And we will take our best guess as to how much time is remaining. They're keeping that on the field at the moment. So 13-0. And Pete, I mean, what do you like here
Well,
with one timeout remaining?
They're moving the ball great on the ground, and Shane Green's finally getting those open holes, and you can just see the wearing down of the Radnor defense. But I'd still like to see somebody go to the corner for a little 25-yard pass right into their hands there. Fisher in the corner. That's my call.
James Fisher, 12 carries for 76 yards now. Play fake. Back is Schuster looking. He wants it. You want it. You called for it, and you got it. You called it, Pete.
Thank you.
How about Fisher to the corner, and Schuster right on the money. Fisher behind the defense by 5 yards. And Caden Schuster dropped back twice to throw it, and both have resulted in long touchdowns to number 5. Jai Curtis checks in here on special teams as Matt Steyer on for his third extra point try of the evening. Schuster to hold. Jackson Miller with the snap. Ball spotted. Kick is away, and it is good. Strath Haven 20, Radnor nothing late in the second quarter. Be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
The Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper has partnered up with havenfootball.net. The Swarthmorean was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford Swarthmore School District as well as events in Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding communities. Get your copy every Friday at 320 Market or Swarthmore Co-op, or go to swarthmorean.com for a mailed or digital subscription. For all the local news, read the Swarthmorean every week.
Hey fans, this is Todd Lights, public address announcer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and you are listening to high school football right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. We are late in the second quarter. Not exactly sure how much time is remaining, but going to get this thing figured out momentarily. But Strath Haven now with a 20-0 lead. James Fisher's second receiving touchdown of the evening. This one from 25 yards out. Caden Schuster's 2 for 2 throwing it. And it's, Haven's not been perfect tonight, Pete, but they've certainly done enough.
Yeah. Well, that last play, Fisher was lined up not way wide, but a little wide of the center of the field there. And he was in a position where it looked like he might be running that go route to the corner, and that's what he did.
All right. Matt Steyer. High, short, end-over-end kick. It'll come down, take a hop, and somebody's got to get on it for Radnor, and that somebody is Tom Zach with 4 black jerseys in his lap. Nice work there by Landon Barlow and number 42, Van Wendell. So Wendell stays in at the cornerback spot here. Late in the second quarter, again, unsure exactly how much time's left, but likely a passing situation here for Luke Riley in the offense. Sean O'Neill, double duty tonight at left tackle and defensive line. He checks out momentarily. Paul Oblek, he of the sack against Ridley last week, checks in at defensive line. Big 73, the 6'5 junior. Try to get a pass rush going here for the silver and black. Radnor breaks the huddle with Enright in the backfield. Panthers might keep an eye on number 2. And sure enough, they'd give it to him, and not much doing. Panthers were ready. Jai Curtis held up in the middle of the line there and got help from Oblek and others on the stop. So Radnor with 1 timeout remaining. Brings up second down and about 8. O'Neill checks in, Oblek out. And we'll see if Radnor seems to be in no hurry, Pete. They may just decide, hey, we'll take the ball in the second half and see what happens.
Yeah, it depends on how much time's left. We don't know that. But
all right.
They don't want to turn it over down there and give Haven more points.
Enright in the backfield now. Vitale slot to the left. Luke Riley in the gun, second down and 8. And again, in no particular hurry. Takes the snap, gives it to Enright, looking for room off that right side, and he is met quickly there by Kell and Gustafson and others. And it'll bring up third down and 8. No gain for Enright on the play. So, yeah, you're right. We don't know exactly how much time's left, but I can't imagine Kyle Yeiter is going to do anything here but run the ball and run the clock again. Panthers don't seem in any hurry to stop the clock. leading 20-0, and I think would just like to get back to the locker room, regroup after an emotional moment here midway through the second quarter when Jake Plunkett left the field on a gurney, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Radnor will get the second half kickoff, so.
Yep. All right, so the officials have blown it dead. That, in fact, is the end of this second quarter, and we will be back for the bands and a whole lot of chatter, lots to talk about here at halftime when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank?
I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa
Sure did.
and the Frank tank,
You know it.
and now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-3500.
This is Keith Jackson. You're listening to High School Football right here on Haven Football.
Welcome back to George L. King Field, where at halftime the Strath Haven Panthers lead the Radnor Raptors 20-0. Pete, it's been a pretty good game so far for Strath Haven. They've moved the ball pretty well on the ground, held Radnor to not much through the air, and what else have you seen tonight? Good.
Well, Radnor came out real strong in the first series. They kept us down there inside the 20. What they were doing was crowding the line. They were saying, all right, run it at us and we'll stop you. And they did stop you. But as the quarter moved on, Haven started opening up plays a little more wider. The Radnor defense started moving out a little wider, and then those gaping holes started to form. So once that happened, Haven started to get their motion and get their rhythm. And since then, it's been all Haven, and it's a 20-0 lead right at the moment. I think Radnor in the second half will have to come out throwing the ball. That's what they do best. You're down 20-0. If you just try to run the ball at Haven, you're probably not going to have enough time to get back into the game. But I look for them to come out throwing maybe almost every play. And look for the Haven defenders to cover a little closer on the sidelines. They've been giving up too much cushion on the side passes. They move up a couple of feet. I bet you they could pick one of them off.
Well, that's I think what the issue is going to probably be for Radnor. You know, if they want to, try to recover with passing plays, you're asking a lot from your kids to do that, obviously. And of course, Haven's defense is going to be looking for it. So I think you're right. They can try it if they want, but if they don't mix up the plays, I think they're bound to get another turnover at the most inopportune time. And of course, Haven now, if they get the ball, they're just going to do that 4 or 5 yards in a cloud of dust, although we're on an artificial turf. But, they'll have very small – they're not going to kill themselves and get big gains, just time possession and just run the clock out and call it a day.
Mike, you know what we found out tonight, and this may be very important when we get into late October and early November playoffs. We found out that we have a quarterback that can throw a nice medium to long pass, 40 yards, 20 yards. And I think that may be something you'll need later in the season.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about it. I think the issue is I'm sure he was throwing well in practice, and I'm sure he's been throwing well in general. The problem for our quarterbacks is we don't throw a lot, and that kind of timing play, which it was magnificent today.
They both were not.
But you also, last week you weren't here, but he had some good throws last week that just were not quite there. So if he can zero in, he becomes a weapon. And if Coach Clancy will use him a little bit to give him that timing situation with his receivers, as well as that touch on that throw, you're right. He's got the potential. But you know what? Kitchen was a good throwing quarterback for the last 3 years.
Yeah, he was very good.
And he would have been better, I think, if we had probably utilized him more often. But on the other hand, you're winning your game, so what do you do?
Yeah, but if you can build up a little passing game, that's just going to make the running game even that much better because they won't know how to stop you. So it's good to know we can do it when needed.
Oh, that's true, but I think if you want to be able to use it when it's needed, you got to use it a little bit more often to get it together. So, and to get that touch and that feel and the coordination. The reason Clancy doesn't like throwing, and I absolutely agree with him, it's tough enough to get a bunch of 16 to 17-year-olds to play a good, solid game of football. When now you're going to ask for 2 15, 16, 17-year-olds to link up together on a regular basis and be there and him to see, and the quarterback see the field, that's a lot of difference. And Clancy's not comfortable with that, and I understand it. On the other hand, if you're getting pounded and you really can't run the ball effectively, if you don't have a pass as an alternative, I mean, you go home at halftime.
Yeah, you got to have some passing alternatives. And they got guys that can catch the ball, so I think you'll see a little more of that the rest of the season.
We've seen some very different Haven teams in these 4 games. You know, last week's play against Ridley was just remarkable on almost every level on both sides of the ball. And tonight we're seeing, you know, some kind of penalty in the opening kickoff and then fumbling balls and, you know.
And that Pencrest game was a struggle.
Yeah.
If you looked at the time of possession in that game, you'd say, Haven got killed. But we got the ball and scored. And Pencrest got the ball and they slowly drove the field.
And the defense was able to stop them. So remember that it would only been 3 points had it not been for errors on Strath Haven's point. You know, Pencrest got the fumble recovery at the 6-yard line, which gave them the 7, and you know, and Haven fumbled on the 1 when they could have scored. So instead of being a 14-3 game, could have easily have been 21-3. Yeah. But you know, mistakes will kill you. But if you're going to make them against teams you're going to beat anyway, then of course that's the way you want to do it. But certainly lack of a consistent form of play. I would say so far, Ridley was by far the best game we've had on both sides of the ball in every aspect of the game. This one's been a little sloppy. I will tell you, though, as we play and there's more and more film created, teams are going to look. They're going to see what our formations look like, who we hand the ball to, which direction they're going. So it's going to get tougher and tougher, I think. I certainly think we're up to it, but we're going to play Garnet Valley next week. But Springfield's towards the end of the year, so they're going to have the advantage of seeing a lot of our film, and that may make a difference.
If you have that option to throw the ball, and it's there, it's going to create holes for your running game, and that's something that I think tonight they established. They can do that.
Well, we will see. You guys continue the talk. Go ahead, Andrew, because I got some things I got to get done.
Yeah, Pete, so we've had a good first half here. How about we move to some Philly sports? The Phillies?
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing tonight.
Getting back on a roll.
Do you know what the score is tonight?
They swept the Marlins.
Yeah, they swept the Marlins. Now they have a 3-game series with the Mets.
That's a huge series in terms of the playoff race. The Phillies can probably pretty much lock up the division with a sweep of the Mets this
I think
weekend.
Their main thing now is they know they're going to win the division. They want to beat out the Dodgers for best record so they can rest the first round, and then every round after that, they'll be the home team advantage. So, and you know, when you play in the Citizens Bank Park with 45,000 screaming, flag-waving fans, that's quite an advantage.
What about those 45,000 fans tonight? I guess a lot of them are very unhappy.
I don't know what the score is.
It is 6-0 Mets in the 5th inning.
That's all right. That's all right. We'll get them tomorrow. We'll see
for an Aaron Nola bump day, not a good result for the team tonight. Aaron Nola went just 4 1/3 and allowed 6 earned.
You know, he's either really good or really not good lately, you know. He's had a couple of bad starts. And then,
that's his entire career.
Yeah, it's his entire career. One thing you got to say about Aaron Nola is he's healthy. I cannot remember in all the years he's pitched for us him ever being on the injured list. He never misses a start.
No, he doesn't miss a start, really ever miss a start. He's almost the picture of perfect health for a pitcher nowadays, because you see so many pitchers getting injured because they're trying to throw upper 90s every time they go out. And you look at the Phillies pitching staff, they don't have a lot of those elbow injuries that you're seeing with a lot of the other major league teams.
Yeah. If you throw 98 to 100 and you're a starter, your career might be limited because the arm can only take so much of that.
That's for sure. And we saw last weekend, Friday night at the same time the Panthers played, the Eagles got a nice win over the Packers down in Brazil. It was a hard-fought game. The Eagles, a little bit probably the underdog in that game after the way they ended last season, and a pretty hot Super Bowl pick in the Packers, that the Eagles went down to Brazil and put up 30 points on a pretty solid Packers team.
What I think the Eagles, though, have to improve on is their pass rush from the front four. They really can't get pressure. The 2 sacks they got from Vaughn, the new linebacker, there's where your 2 sacks came from. You have to get sacks from Jordan Davis and Carter. Those are the guys that have to do some sacking and clogging up that line. And so far this year, they've been a little bit under production. But it's only one game, so Monday night will be a good challenge. I don't think that the Falcons will be the challenge that the Packers were.
No, not at all. And when you consider all the factors that are going into Monday night, you have the Eagles facing a Falcons team with Kirk Cousins, who is not mobile at all. You can let that D-line get after him and try and put a ton of pressure on him and get him down. You also have the return of Nick Foles. It's his retirement on Monday night.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
He's signing a one-day contract with the Birds to retire an Eagle.
Jason
Kelsey will be there for Monday Night Football, and you also have Fletcher Cox returning to the wing for the first time since his retirement.
It'll be an event for sure.
That's going to be a heck of an event on Monday night.
But I think
we're looking forward to what should be another great Eagles
with Cousins' lack of mobility, because he's definitely lost a little bit since that Achilles surgery. He's not. I mean, his opener, he couldn't get away from trouble. So if they pressure him, look for some sacks and maybe some interceptions.
Yeah, that's for sure. We're going to step aside we're going to hand it over to Strath Haven Band Director Nick Pignataro for the Strath Haven High School Panther Marching Band.
Good evening, folks. Good to be with you again tonight. You're the best in the business, and I really appreciate it.
We appreciate you saying that, Nick. You got one of the best bands in the state here.
As we're getting ready, again, we just really appreciate you getting our sound out there. We'll do our best acoustically, but you're there sharing it with everyone, so thank you. And just waiting for the Radnor band to clear and our band to move things, and that's about to happen. Good evening. Onto the field comes the 2024-2025 Strath Haven High School Panther Marching Band. We're turning the wheel of musical time tonight with this show featuring the music of Olivia Rodrigo, reaching back to the danceable sound of Motown and dancing off with the Spice Girls. The student leadership team is led by student directors Olivia Giannopoulos, Ella Liberi, Sophie Lynn, Bennett McManus, and Tianra Wong. The drum majors are Cecily Heisey-Terrell, Olivia Heisey-Terrell, and Quentin Saylor. We asked, did you just get your driver's license? Well, good for you. This is Olivia Rodrigo. get ready. We'll have you dancing in the street all weekend after you hear this medley. Keep going and don't stop in the name of love. Sugar Pie, Honey Bunch, I know I can't help myself. So reach out and I'll be there. These are our Dancing Panthers, and this is the sound of Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, the Four Tops, the Supremes, and the Temptations. It's time to end the show with salsa, samba, and pop. It's Spice Up Your Life by the Spice Girls. Strath Haven High School Panther Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Assistant Band Director Mrs. Haley Lombard, Pit Director Mr. Richard Michael, and Drumline Instructor Mr. Kristen Rudolph. Miss Valerie Schligo directs the band front and dance line with Soloist Instructor Coach Aria Boris. And dance team instructors Miss Gigi Ianello and Miss Rosie Ianello. For the Panther Band, I'm Nick Pignataro. Have a great evening and let's go Panthers!
Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at Haven Football.
Welcome back to George L. King Field after two phenomenal performances by the Radnor and Strath Haven marching units. Just, Mike, you've said it, I don't know how many times over the years, but you aren't going to get a more fun, event, evening, outing for $5 than coming to a high school football game.
Best value in America.
It's just phenomenal, just the number of people involved. And Strath Haven, this is not the band of 20 years ago with 450 kids, but it's still phenomenal to see, the 300 or so that are out there. Radnor, the sound of that unit was just phenomenal too.
They were
and
good.
This has been a beautiful night, and great to have a big crowd here in person and joining us live. So if you're just catching up on the first half, it's been a pretty dominant performance from Strath Haven, just 36 yards rushing. 36 total yards for Radnor, 0 net yards rushing, 36 through the air on Luke Riley's 8 of 13 passing effort. But Strath Haven, they've only put it in the air twice. Both of them completed for long touchdowns to James Fisher, one 41 yards out, one 25 yards out, and confidence boost there maybe for Caden Schuster at quarterback in that first half. And you tack on 139 rushing yards as a team, 11 first downs, and if not for a turnover in the red zone, Strath Haven could really be one score from maybe putting this game away. But instead, Radnor, with some optimism here, is they'll get the football back to start this second half. So, Pete, what can Radnor do to maybe turn the tide here and get something going against the Panther defense?
They got to keep the ball in the air. They're not going to do anything on the ground. And when they go to the sidelines, the side throws towards the sidelines, they've had their most success. Now, Haven, on the other hand, if they play tighter corner play, they're going to pick one or two of them off. But I think that's the only chance Radnor has to get back in this game. One other thing I want to point out, Schuster proved one thing tonight to the rest of the Central League and to the rest of the schedule. If you want to put everybody in the box, we can beat you wide too.
Yeah, and again, there were some opportunities last week against Ridley, just couldn't quite connect. Tried 6 different passing attempts to James Fisher last week. None of them completed, but Fisher was open. The play calls seemed to be terrific. Ridley had good coverage on a couple of them, but there is certainly room in this offense to grow it through the air as well. So leading into a showdown next week with Garnet Valley, where that's a defense that's been terrific so far too. The Panthers will need some kind of balance, I think, or at least, as Pete said, the threat of a passing game.
Next Friday night will be one of those not missed games. It'll be awesome. it could come out to whoever turns the ball over the most next week will probably not win that game.
That was the issue last year, honestly. It was a couple of Garnet Valley fumbles, although Strath Haven fumbled literally on the goal line last year, or could have had a 3-touchdown lead at halftime, but that one ultimately went to the wire into the final couple minutes, if not for a couple of Garnet Valley turnovers. So in the meantime, Strath Haven will get the kick team back on the field, ready to kick it away to Radnor, and standing deep, Tom Zach and Enright at about their 15-yard line, and Matt Steyer has it teed over closer to that far hash mark as we are ready to begin this third quarter. A couple other quick score updates. Owen J. Roberts up on Avon Grove 23-7. In the Central League, barn burner of the night so far at halftime. Springfield 22, Pencrest 21. Springfield scored on the final play of the half to take the lead. All right, here we go. Steyer, end-over-end kick. This will come down towards Tom Zach. Takes a sideways hop. That's a live football. Scramble for it, and nobody's on it just yet. And I don't know. Let's see. Panthers are on it. Panthers recover the, not exactly planned onside kick, but it's Jalen Starr inside the 15 with a huge special teams play. And a great job by Steyer to drop that one right in between the return men. Wow, that's a big special teams turnaround right there.
Yeah, if you're Radnor, you have to catch that ball. I know it was in between, but you had enough time to get under that ball. You cannot let it bounce. It's not a punt. It's a kickoff. It's a live ball.
From the 13, Strath Haven in business now to start quarter number 3. Green in the backfield with Ben Milligan. 9 in the box for Radnor, and they give us to Milligan off that left side, cuts it back and ducks inside the 10 for a few. 2nd down and 7. Milligan with his 6th carry of the evening, 14 yards thus far. And it brings up 2nd down and 7.
Look for Shane Green here.
Yeah, Panthers right in between the hash marks. It is Green. Follows up lead block from Fisher. Sheds a tackle and bangs his way inside the 5. Down near the 1 or 2, let's see. And then flags come in late. Let's see. There's a helmet that came to the back of the end zone. And we'll see. That's and if a helmet comes off, that's actually Gustafson. He's going to have to come off the field for a play, unfortunately for him, even if it was maybe ripped off. We'll see. All right, so they'll sort out the penalty flags. And it looks to be 1st and goal from the 2 or something else. Personal foul, Radnor. And half the distance to the goal. They'll put it at the 1-yard line, and Strath Haven trying to make this a 4-score game just 51 seconds into this third quarter.
You punch it in here, this could be a wrap for this game.
Schuster under center. Flanagan over the football. On 1st and goal, it is Schuster with the sneak, and he's shy of the goal line. He got maybe a foot, and they'll try again on 2nd down and goal. Call it no gain as the clock ticks inside of 10:40 to go here in the third. Schuster over to the sideline to discuss the play with Coach Clancy, a very demonstrative play call right there. Guess he wasn't maybe thrilled with the execution of the sneak, but they'll try it again. Panthers have had trouble with this so far this year. Schuster under center, they'll try it, and they give off the left side, and boy, that was a busted play, but Shane Green snares the handoff and finds the end zone for the 2nd time tonight. Strath Haven 26, Radnor nothing. Extra point pending with 10:05 to play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, when he handed that off, Brian, I think Green was on the wrong side of his arm.
Yeah.
So he had to turn around, hand it off, and it still worked.
Schuster turned to the right, Green ran to the left, and they found a way anyway. Steyer, extra point, plenty long enough, over top the band, and good. We'll be back in just a moment. Strath Haven 27, Radnor nothing.
Alumni and Friends Supporting Kids is a fiscal partner of the Foundation for Wallingford Swarthmore Schools. Ask strives to bridge the gaps in access to educational resources so that WSSD students have a holistic school experience. Ask helps students K-12 with items, services, and resources to support and enhance their educational experience with a focus on academic, artistic, athletic, and social enrichment. Ask scholarship forms are available on the WSSD website as well as through the school counseling department.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
Strath Haven 27, Radnor nothing. The big play, a recovered kickoff by Jalen Starr inside the 15-yard line. A couple plays later, Shane Green in for the second time tonight. And the Panthers with a 4-score lead with 10:04 to play here in the third. Steyer kick it away again. This time angling towards Tom Zach, who catches it on the back pedal at the 5. Tries for some running room and not much doing for what I believe to be the smallest running back in the Central League thus far. But boy, is he quick. I was watching him on film over the last couple of weeks. He is quick, shifty, and is going to cause some problems for opposing defenses. The Panthers, though, have kept him in check thus far. And Radnor now deep in their own territory again to start their first possession of this second half. Okay, here we go. Riley wants it all. First deep shot in a while. Down the seam for Vitale, incomplete. It'll be second down. They tried that play once in the second half. In the first half, rather. And right up the seam to Vitale. Similar result that time with Ben Milligan closing from that free safety spot.
Yeah, he was pretty well covered.
Yeah, not a lot of room to squeeze that one in. And Radnor, as you said, Pete, might be better off, aiming for the sidelines, short passes. And
well, they've been open all night, those sideline passes.
Enright to the bottom of your screen. He's wearing number 2. 2 receivers next to him as Radnor goes trips left on second down and 10. Riley will give it this time, and running room for Belleville. Head of steam across the 20 out to the 24. It'll bring up third down and about 3. Best run of the night for Belleville, who had 3 carries for 11 yards in the first half. But third and short, Sean O'Neill checks back in at defensive tackle. Paul Oblick comes out. And some options here. It'll be interesting to see if maybe they keep it on the ground here.
Well, if they do, they're going to run out of time, but yeah, they got to try something.
Just to pick up the first down, maybe. Belleville had some traction on that last play, although they throw most of the time out of this 2x2 set. They shift. Belleville on the left hip of Luke Riley. On 3rd and 3, they do give it to Belleville. Right up the middle is going to be shy. I believe a yard short of the first down when they unpile. So they put it down at the 26. It'll be 4th and almost 2. See if they keep it. Yeah, all right. They huddle quickly. And Radnor, again, out of this 2x2 set.
They might be trying to draw all sides.
Could be. Oh, maybe go sneak here. Riley under center. Hard count. Panthers nearly jump and then do. Yep. Hard count indeed. And Panthers will give them a free 5 and move the sticks. Nice work there by the Radnor coaching staff and Luke Riley and really the entire offensive line to stay in their stance, Mike.
Yeah.
Or whoever. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Mike, talking to Pete.
Well, on that play there, it almost looked like they were going to try that. Because rarely do you go for it inside your 20 on 4th down, even though you're down by big points. And they accomplished what they wanted. They got them to jump, they got the first down, and now they have another set of downs.
So costly penalty there for the Panther defense. We'll keep them on the field for a few more plays here. Luke Riley firing to the flat, has Enright out here. Steps away from one man momentarily, but then Mulhern and Quinn Kell make the stop at the 45. Still, that's enough for a first down. And move the sticks again. So a little traction here for the Radnor offense. Split to the far side, Gunnar Hermanson. And actually, Hermanson will go to the sideline as Tomczak checks back in with 7:48 and counting to play here in the third. Enright's gain of 14, his longest reception of the evening. He has 31 yards on 6 catches. Enright comes in motion. They give instead to Tomczak, and he is swallowed at the 40-yard line by Big 81. Jai Curtis has made a living in the offensive backfield over the first 3 opponents, and now has a visit to the Radnor backfield here, Pete.
Yeah, at number 8, you got to get him, stop him before he gets any kind of a speed up, and that's what Curtis did there. Just wrapped him up.
So Tomczak, not eye-popping stats tonight. 2 carries for -7 yards. He's in the backfield with Riley on second down and about 15. Riley with time momentarily, now throws off his back foot, incomplete. Short hops Enright over outside that far hash mark. Bill Doherty in coverage, wearing number 11 in the nickel package there. Brings up third down and 15. So Radnor had some things going with consecutive first downs on a Strath Haven penalty and then the 14-yarder to Enright. Now, loss of 5 on first down, followed by an incompletion. Has a little bit of a mountain to climb here with 6:46 to go in the third. Panthers leading by 4 scores. Matt Johnston to the bottom of your screen. Enright to the top of the screen, and looking that way is Riley. He wants it all down that far sideline. Out there's LaFrance, who makes the catch, but out of bounds. Nearly intercepted by the junior Grayson LaFrance. Couldn't quite get that toe tap going, and we'll call it incomplete instead. 4th and 15, Radnor's punt unit on yet again.
I think Radnor's trying every possible option to move the ball, and I think they're running out of options, to be honest with you.
Yeah, again, this is tough sledding here for the Raptors, who, has had their moments through the first 2 weeks offensively against Chichester and Harriton, but different level of competition tonight with this Panther defense. Snap is a wobbler, kick is a wobbler, and Ben Milligan signals fair catch and squares it away at the 28-yard line for the Panther offense with 6:29 to go here in the third. Try to get a score update from Pencrest and Springfield if we can. Our buddy at the Telco Times, Chuck Smith, is over there and keeping everybody posted.
Wonderful timing on that. 29-21 Springfield, 3:49 to play in the third quarter.
And Asher Wynn has scored immediately after that for Pencrest, an 80-yard run. They're tied at 29, 3:30 to go. All right, here we go. In motion goes James Fisher. They toss to the near side, and Shane Green going nowhere. Nice work there by Bryce Fury on the stop for Radnor. No gain on the play as the fullback toss nets 0. All right, Green, 11 carries for 61 yards and 2 Panther touchdowns here. Panthers break the huddle again with 2 tight ends. Gustafson to the near side, Mulhern to the far side. And the give is to James Fisher with some running room momentarily. And again, nice pursuit by Mason Shee. We've said that several times, but number 11 has been awfully busy tonight. And Enright has stepped up as well. Enright's been a force offensively for the Raptors, but he's in that free safety spot tonight and has done a nice job, involved in several tackles.
One thing Radnor has done to Haven tonight that no one has been able to do all season is there's been no long 50-yard plus runs. They've cut the long runs down. They're still getting short runs, but the long one doesn't happen.
3rd and 8 for the Panthers here, and then a hard count from Schuster. I think this will turn it to 3rd and much more manageable And a 5-yard penalty, and both teams now have hurt themselves with offsides in this third quarter.
Instead, tonight the big gains for the Panthers have come through the air.
Well, if you're a Panther fan, you have to hope that that's going to be an option because, again, most of these teams now with 9 men in the box, sometimes 10 we've seen. Here, Radnor with 9 in the box on 3rd and 3. Shane Green plows through 1, and now look out, here's a foot race. 1 man to beat. He's dragged down from behind at the 30-yard line, and he asked for the big run, Pete, and there it is. To the 31.
We've been looking for that.
Goes Green. He rips off a bundle. 33 yards later, the Panthers in Radnor territory once again. Green with 12 carries for 94 yards now. He was over 200 yards in week 2, over almost 200 in week 1, 160 last week, and 32 is having himself a heck of a senior year thus far. James Fisher to his left, comes in motion on 1st and 10. Play fake is Schuster, looks, fires to the flat. The tight end, Mulhern, wide open. 20-yard line down to the 15. They'll put it down right there. Good delivery from Schuster. And Mulhern has his first catch of the evening for a gain of 17. And Schuster, 3 out of 3 throwing it.
Yeah, Schuster's really gotten you can see the confidence in him when he sets up to throw the ball. He's very confident now.
You mentioned the setup. His footwork tonight has been much better. He's had his feet under him, good stance, good delivery. And again, this is a first-year starter in an offense that doesn't throw it very much. He's done the job so far tonight. Gives to James Fisher on 1st down, looking for running room off the right side. He'll push his way to the 10, and Panthers will take 5 on 1st down and keep things moving. Fisher, 83 yards rushing on 14 carries.
Guess who on the stop? Mason Shea.
Yeah, he's been a busy young man. All right. Clock continues to melt. 3:15 to go here in the third. Strath Haven 2nd and 5 from the 10. Jai Curtis in the game at tight end to the right. Gives to Shane Green, looking for running room. Cuts left, spins his way just shy of 1st down yardage, I believe. 3rd and a yard when they unpile. So that Springfield-Pencrest game is is a wild one. And, for as much as we've talked about how talented and tough Springfield is, Pencrest will battle. They will fight you. They battled Garnet Valley to a tie at halftime last week.
Pencrest
played Haven tough for the entirety of that game.
They're the most improved team in the Central League, Pencrest Lions.
Here we go. 3rd and a yard for Strath Haven. Give is to Fisher. Room off the right side. 1st down yardage and more. And just shy of the goal line, Fisher dropped inside the 1. Gain of 6 more for Fisher. And the Panthers knocking on the door once again. Sticks on the ground on the far sideline. They'll have 4 cracks at it from inside the 1. Clock ticks. 1:58, 1:57 and counting to play in the third. Shane Green in a T formation with Milligan and Fisher. Schuster, sneak, touchdown, quarterback sneak. Finally cashes in for Strath Haven for the first time this year. Caden Schuster in from the 1. And now, my guess is the Panthers will go for 2 to see if they can get this clock moving and shorten this game.
Yeah.
Trying to get healthy and be ready for Garnet Valley a week from now. James Fisher a little hobbled, but here a 2-point try with 1:48 to go in the third. And now some confusion here for Strath Haven. Nick Faribault will stay in the huddle. All right. Panthers will back up and try this again. Coach Clancy with his hands in the air, like wondering what in the world is going on here that should not be this hard to operate from the 2. Here we go. Wing T set. Give is to Fisher off the right side. 2-point try. He is in as he plows through a man at the goal line. 2-point try is good from Fisher, and we will have a running clock the rest of the way. Be back in just a moment, see if Radnor can get things moving when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K childcare with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old within one block of Nether Providence Elementary School on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing, educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. Strath Haven 35, Radnor nothing with 1:47 to go here in the third quarter, and we are in a running clock circumstance the rest of the way. Clock will stop for timeouts, injuries, and scoring plays, and that's about it. So expect to see some substitutions here from the Strath Haven side at some point soon, and perhaps Radnor as well. All right. Matt Steyer, high, short, end over end kick. It'll come down to one of the up men. Juggled momentarily, scramble for it, and doing well to recover it after the initial muff is number 10, Oderisi, at the 27-yard line. So Radnor trying to get something going, gain a little momentum here, leading into next week's tilt with Upper Darby. Pencrest and Garnet Valley loom on the schedule for Radnor in the 2 weeks following. But again, clock will continue to tick here. The clock will stop on scoring plays. Yeah, scoring plays, injuries, and hopefully we have no more of those for the rest of the evening. But 1st and 10, Luke Riley back to pass, firing to the outside. This is Vitale on the grab. He has first down yardage across the 40. Ben Milligan slings him down. But Panthers give a little more than they'd like right there. Nice delivery from Luke Riley. As Radnor a little breathing room out to the 44-yard line. Nice work right there by Vitale. All right. Out to the 44, 1st down and 10. Clock ticks, 31 seconds and counting. A gain of 16 there for Vitale, his longest catch of the evening. Motion man is end right. They give inside to Belleville. He has some room off the right side. Midfield stripe plus a couple more. As Nick Faribault finally wrestles him to the ground at the 49. That, I think, will do it for the third quarter. Yep. They'll switch sides, which won't have to walk far. It's just on the other side of the 50. We've come to the end of 3. It'll be a fast-moving fourth when we come back. Radnor on the move here, trailing 35-0 on havenfootball.net.
For your dream home, with over a decade of experience, Jess Mudrick knows the market inside and out. Known for her dedication and personalized service, Jess ensures every client finds their perfect match, from first-time buyers to luxury estates. A partner at the Sheridan Mudrick team and backed by Coldwell Banker Realty, Jess combines expertise with innovation, using the latest technology to make your buying or selling process seamless. For a real estate experience that's second to none, trust Jess Mudrick and the Sheridan Mudrick team. Visit SheridanMudrick.com today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. Strath Haven leading 35-0 as we start the fourth quarter. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play. Bill Clancy and Dean Michelson on the cameras. Andrew Kaufman doing the stats and color commentary. Joined, of course, by Pete Fulgenetti. Great to have him back after missing him last week. Mike Mayer engineering this and doing everything else on havenfootball.net in the days ahead. All right. 2nd and 1 for Radnor from the Strath Haven 48-yard line as they try to gain a little momentum here late in this fourth quarter. Fire near the outside, incomplete. Johnston cut inside, throw went outside, and we'll bring up 3rd down and a yard. Riley now 10 for 19 throwing it for 66 yards. So just a hair under 7 yards per completion, and Panther defense has to be thrilled with that. Radnor's also managed just 12 yards rushing tonight on 12 attempts. So it's been...
Panther defense has a few subs in there now.
Yeah, Landon Barlow in the game at linebacker. Right next to him, Patrick Burke. It'll be 3rd and 1 now for Radnor. Back to pass Riley. Dumps it to the outside. 1st down yardage here for Vitale, and he has room to the 40-yard line. And on his fifth catch of the evening, Radnor has themselves a 1st down at the 40. Grayson LaFrance on that last tackle.
This is
after the gain of 8.
This is Radnor's best drive of the night right now.
Yeah, I mean the opening drive of the game that took them in down near the Panther 30-yard line was promising before the James Fisher interception.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time that one started close to midfield. Here, low snap, scramble for it now. Riley going to try to get on it, does recover it with Panther defense bearing down on him. Looked like Nick Faribaugh trying to catch up, but boy, Pete, every time you say something, sometimes it works with, hey, maybe we should throw it deep to James Fisher. Well, there's a touchdown. Radnor's got a great drive going, and then the snap is a worm burner back to the midfield
Too many
stripe.
turnovers. You turn the ball over that many times, you can't hang with Haven.
So it'll be 2nd down and about 38. 32, rather. All right. Riley. Give inside. This is Belleville. He'll take Oblick for a ride momentarily, but Oblick hangs on, slings him down out at the 46. Gain of just maybe 4. All right. Radnor, 3rd and forever now with 9:23 to go. Certainly 4-down territory, you would think. And just again, a terrific night for the Panther defense. Belleville held in check here in the run game. 5 carries for just 17 yards. Luke Riley, junior signal caller in the gun on 3rd and 28. Fires to the near side, a wobbler. Enright tries to come back for it, could not make the play. And 4th down and long, and so much for 4-down territory. If you get some of that back, maybe you take a shot, on 4th and long if you cross the midfield stripe, but instead Radnor will bring the punt team on 4th and 28, and I would say rightfully so. Ben Milligan and now Quinn Kell will stand deep to return. Fisher will take a spot on the sideline, and I think will probably need to be pinned down there for the rest of the night. My guess is they do nothing but signal fair catch here, and that's the call from Ben Milligan, who snares it at the 25. And my guess is we might see some new faces up on the offensive side of the ball here. All right. In for the Panthers, Yosef Ali at halfback, Ryan Mudrick in at fullback. Offensive line looks mostly intact at the moment, but Ben Milligan checks out. Green is out. James Fisher's night is finished as well with 7:45 and counting to play here in the fourth, rather. Panthers leading by 35. Schuster under center. Mudrick is your fullback. They turn and give it to Ryan Mudrick. Room off the left side, and he will be dumped at the 30. Radnor with some substitutions now as well. The JV game will be Monday afternoon, and my guess is you'll see a number of the players on the field right now going at it again. That one will be up at Radnor as Mudrick turns it to 2nd down and 5. Schuster under center, and the give off the right side, and first down yardage for the senior Bill Doherty. He picks up 7. Speaking of JV games and the like, we will be on the air next week, next Friday night here at George L. King Field for varsity action between Garnet Valley and Strath Haven. We will also be on the air the following Monday for the JV game with Garnet Valley and Strath Haven. And as if we didn't have enough football, we'll do it again that Wednesday for the freshman Garnet Valley Strath Haven contest. Here on 1st and 10, give off the near side to Yusuf Ali, takes it out to the 41-yard line for a gain of 4. So Ali picks up a few on his first carry of the evening. And Mike, we'll be busy that week following. We'll just call it Garnet Valley week, I guess. All right. Schuster under center. Give to the near side. This is Yusuf Ali on the cutback. Picks up a couple. It'll bring up 3rd down. And they'll put it down out at the 43, 44 maybe. All right. So, yes, it'll be Friday night football. It'll be Monday afternoon football, the following Wednesday afternoon football. And, speaking of Garnet Valley Strath Haven, I believe the girls' soccer team will host Garnet Valley here next Thursday evening, which should be, again, a very competitive game between two of the Central League's top women's soccer teams. Given off the right side, this is Ryan Mudrick, who's going to cross midfield, head of steam to the 45, and that will move the sticks with 5:02 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Nice work there by Mudrick.
Yeah, he showed a nice burst there. Some of these younger kids, they got to show what they can do because that's the future of the Haven program.
All right, got wholesale changes now on the front line, I think everywhere else.
Offensive line, take a bow. They've been phenomenal tonight. 314 total yards, 231 on the ground. And you're right, Mike, wholesale changes as Phil Collins checks out at right tackle. We'll get to some of the new guys in just a moment. Gives to Yusuf Ali. Looking for running room off the left side. He'll drag tacklers for more first down yardage. Another 12. Zach Milligan in there wearing number 57. Paul Oblick, we saw him on the defensive side of the ball. He's in there on offense now as well. Chris Long wearing number 76. In at quarterback, Patrick O'Connor. Clock ticks with 4:05 to go here and counting in the 3rd. Tight end to the far side is number 41, Shane Fisher. To the near side, number 80, John Riley. In the backfield to meet Mudrick that time in a hurry is big, number 50. That's Patrick Gray, the senior, there to meet him. I'm sorry, 58 rather, not 50. That's Chris Duncan, a sophomore. And the Panther offense, one of the few negative plays they've had all night, turns it to 2nd down and 13. So, Panthers, again, will be on the air next Friday night at 6:45 from this booth. All right, Jalen Starr into the game now as well. He's winged to the near side. Ali in the backfield with Mudrick. Give on the sweep to the far side. Jalen Starr runs into trouble and gets the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Bryce Fury there to meet him. And no gain on the play. 3rd and 13 with 2:55 and counting to go. Good work here, Pete, for the Panther offense and defense.
Yeah, it's been a great game. They played both sides of the ball very good.
And then a big special teams play by Starr to start that second half was kind of the icing on the cake. Here's Mudrick on 3rd and 13. Quick hitter up the middle for about 5. It'll turn it to 4th and 9, and Panthers will keep the ball, keep the offense on the field, and try to keep things moving.
I like the way that Mudrick runs. He runs right up the middle with some power. He's going to be very good in the future next year for the Panthers.
Panthers will need to replace a number of seniors on both sides of the football. This is a very seasoned team. Next year, different story perhaps. Sweep to the near side. Looking for running room is O'Connor, and he'll be wrapped up there on the near side by Harrison Seppa. So 4th and long for the Panthers, does not convert. Radnor takes over with 1:44 and counting to play here. And clock continuing to tick. All right.
You might get 2 more plays in before this one's over.
1:20 and counting to play here in the 4th. Radnor with some substitutions. No, pretty much the same crew in there on offense. Panthers with some substitutions as well. Brady Nangle in at corner at the bottom of your screen. Give inside, and going nowhere is Tomczak right into the arms of 84 Tyler Slaughter. And nice job there by Slaughter, the 6'3", 205-pound defensive end. He and Oblick, that could be a formidable tandem on the defensive line next year. 6'5" and 6'3" standing next to each other right now is impressive enough. 44 seconds and counting to play here in regulation. 2nd and 10 for Luke Riley and the Radnor offense. Tomczak stands next to him. It'll be Riley firing to the near side. It is caught by Johnson, his first grab of the night. He is wrapped up and slung out of bounds by Yusuf Ali after a gain of maybe 3. Clock continues to run. 22 seconds, 21 seconds. Radnor may have one more snap.
Quarterback was actually number 12, Caden Schulski.
I'm sorry, Caden Schulski in there. That's his first throw of the night. He's 1 of 1 for 3 yards. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Schulski trying to get the teams to the line here. We'll get one more snap. Schulski back to pass. Final play of the game. Fires the outside. It is complete. Nice work there by the Radnor sophomores, picking up yardage out near the midfield stripe. But that, folks, will do it. A convincing shutout pitched by the Strath Haven defense. 35-0 is your final as the Panthers go to 4-0 and pin the first loss of the season on the Radnor Raptors. All right, we'll take a short time out, be back for a quick wrap-up, and talk a little bit more about next Friday on havenfootball.net.
Nagging soft tissue injury, chronic joint pain? Give Rose Tree Wellness Center a call and see Dr. Tom O'Brien for a complete diagnosis and treatment. Dr. O'Brien specializes in active release techniques, ART. ART can deal with many issues, including chronic shoulder, knee, and ankle pain. Rose Tree Wellness Center also offers a complete series of massage therapy as well as general chiropractic care. Don't spend another day in pain. Call 610-789-5555 and make an appointment today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field, where our favorite part of the night's about to happen here over in the East End Zone. Strath Haven Band ready to roll here with the alma mater as the Strath Haven football squad and coaches and cheerleaders will join everybody for one last song this evening, and it's a celebratory one as the Panthers move to 4-0 with another dominant defensive performance. They've allowed just a couple of touchdowns all season, Pete. This is a defense that is fast and aggressive and
they are
awfully tough.
I think the next Friday night will be must-see. Must-see TV, must-see be in person. It's going to be 2 great teams going after another. I know Garnett's 3-0, but they have Lower Merion tomorrow, so good chance they'll be 4-0, and this will be the game of the week in the Delaware Valley for sure.
I would think so, and again, Garnet Valley, co-champs with the Panthers and Springfield a year ago. Springfield did not play Garnet Valley, but Strath Haven knocked off Springfield and beat Garnet Valley, but of course had the loss to Marple Newtown. 3-way champs a year ago, and this is a good midseason test for both the Jaguars and Panthers before both see Springfield in weeks 9 and 10 respectively. Still a lot of football to be played. And look, Pencrest has given Springfield all they could handle tonight. I'll try to get you an update here as we speak, but next week should really be a lot of fun and a terrific crowd will be broadcasting here on havenfootball.net. Chuck Smith from the Delco Times has updated. Springfield leads Pencrest with 6:31 left by 1 touchdown, 36-29. So it's been a shootout over there tonight, and we'll expect some offensive fireworks next week right here as well from Garnet Valley and Strath Haven. So hopefully everybody gets healthy. Our thoughts again go out to Jake Plunkett, who had a pretty significant injury in this second quarter. We will hope for good news coming out of that in the days ahead, but hopefully everybody's healthy for Strath Haven, Garnet Valley going into next week, and really all Central League teams and everybody competing in fall sports right now. We see it far too often with the bumps and bruises or worse. All right, we will wrap it up one more time. Thank you again, Bill Clancy and Dean Michelson. Phenomenal work with the cameras tonight. And for Andrew and Pete and Mike, we'll have play of the game, stats, and a whole lot more ready to go here on the website in the days ahead. So we'll keep you busy every day on the website and look forward to next Friday night, right back here, same time and place, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff for Garnet Valley and Strath Haven in what should be a great one in the Central League. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Strath Haven 35, Radnor nothing. Brian Carroll signing off. Good night, everyone, and great football.
This video and audio broadcast is copyrighted by havenfootball.net Incorporated for the private use of our audience. Any other use of these broadcasts or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without a havenfootball.net Incorporated's expressed written permission is prohibited.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
This internet broadcast has been a production of havenfootball.net Incorporated. All rights are reserved. Thanks for watching and good night.